Story number 4. How deep, how big, how massive is the drug war? This is a story that was just it's been staying alive. I mean, every week I found multiple stories about drugs and just Mexico, and I guess Mexico is now blaming America for its out of control drug problems. And this goes to the depths of every, I mean, to the middle, not even just to the depths, but to the root of every community problem. Is once the drugs come flowing in, insanity. You can go to a lot of communities across the world. Once that drug or drugs creep in, it causes a lot of problems. But the scariest part about the drug problems is how they're shipping them, and how the cartel, how they're getting them into people's houses, how they're getting into people's communities. And that's what makes story number 4 just what it is. Man caught at Houston airport with 35 pounds of liquid cocaine in shampoo bottles. Thai police seize 390 pounds of crystal meth from Japan-bound treadmills. Treadmills. Things that people run on. There was crystal meth inside of them. Sheriff calls for tougher border security to stop Mexican cartel from poisoning U.S. national parks. 11 charged in major drug ring bust. Country's largest seizures of car fentanyl. France clears beaches after bricks of very pure cocaine washing up daily on their shores. Folks, that means that the drugs are even in the oceans. This is bad. And that's why story number 4 is here to stay, because how deep, how big, how much of a problem has the drug war become? How big is this a problem? Now, if you go to almost every inner city community, you will probably see the side effects of what we see here. Even in the medical field, doctors started to decide not to prescribe certain pain medications. People are getting heavily addicted, and that's why story number 4 crept its way into the top 8, because it's getting, they're trying to cure this. And it was a story last week how the drug lords had bigger weapons than the police in Mexico. Folks, this is a real deal problem. You may have people who you know in your family, people who have sold, people who have used, people who have recovered, people who have survived, people who have died. That's how big this story is, and that's how big it can become. It has been staying alive in the Mediator, and I've become numb to reading stories like this, because it's not going away. Because where there's drugs, there is chaos. You're the Mediator, me, Brown Westward. I'm only here to give you the top 8 stories. That's all I can do. That's all feel like my purpose in life. As somebody would say, this is probably my duty, my supreme duty. So if you want to contribute, help out, check out the stories that almost made it in, did make it in. Doesn't take much. Or if you want to do something for me, or do something for the organization, for the greater good, METHOD, the number 8, INC.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, read something, or to sponsor a program. If nobody pays, I pay, because this is what I found myself to do. I see the light. I've seen relatives come and go. I've seen sailors, my fellow soldiers. I've seen them come and go, but I feel like this is what's going to keep me alive. This is what's going to motivate me, finding something to do at my time. So if you want to help out, doesn't take much. METHOD, the number 8, INC.com, method80.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, read something, or just sponsor a program. Now, I want to remind you that I just stay in the middle, navigating the news from the right to the left. The journalists and the people on the front lines, they deserve most of the credit. I just navigate the news just for you, figuring out what stories are most beneficial. So if you want to help me out, METHOD, the number 8, INC.com, method80.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, read something, or just sponsor a program. Every little bit counts.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.